Live from WYLN Hazleton, this is WYLN's Late Edition News at 10 with meteorologist Joe Garbacek, sports with Beth Mensinger, anchors Lisa Sugar and L.A. Tyrone. News, weather, sports, features, and more. You're watching WYLN's Late Edition News at 10.
Good evening and welcome to WYLN's Late Edition for Monday, August 5th, 2013. I'm Lisa Sugart. Tonight, one neighborhood watch group in our area is inviting the public to get involved with National Night Out. Plus, the Pottsville community remembered the lives lost in a tragic fire with a special memorial garden last night. That emotional story also coming up. In sports, Beth Mensinger recaps the action from Pocono, and meteorologist Joe Garbacek will tell us whether the temperature will warm up for your work week. But first, Late Edition's look at tonight's top stories. 3 people are dead after a shooting at a township supervisors meeting in the Poconos. It happened tonight in the Ross Township Municipal Building near Saylorsburg. Now, reports say the gunman had a pistol with a scope and shot through a wall into the meeting. 1 person was shot in the leg, 2 were hit in the stomach, 1 was shot in the head. 6 people were wounded. Reporter Chris Weber of the Pocono Record covered the meeting for the newspaper. Now, moments ago, he posted his account online. He wrote, "All I saw was the holes go through the hall. I saw smoke and plaster flying out, blowing out through the walls. I ran out after the first round of shooting. I dropped to the floor. That's what everyone did. It was automatic, like a string of firecrackers. Then it stopped, and I crawled out the side door. Some of the supervisors were over on the side throwing up. A woman ran to the door and opened it, and he was standing there. A man pushed her aside and was shot. People were shot inside the room. The shooter went back out to his car. He brought another weapon back to the building." West End Open Space Commission Executive Director Bernie Cozen was there tending to the man, and he, the shooter, did not see them. Bernie bear hugged him and took him down. He shot the shooter with his own gun, end quote. Now, State Police at Lehighton said the scene was secured by 8 o'clock this evening. 2 medical helicopters flew people from the scene of that incident. Of course, if we have more details, we will bring them to you later on in tonight's program. In other news tonight, Luzerne County Controller Walter Griffith is resigning. He made that announcement earlier this evening. Our L.A. Tyrone has more.
Griffith says he's resigning his office and withdrawing as a candidate to retain it. He had won the Republican nomination in May. Griffith is a government critic who got elected in office. Now, he had been attending county commissioners' meetings for years. He was very critical of many things he saw. He ran for office, and though an underdog, he won handily. Once in office, he had his run-ins with Commissioner Marianne Petrella and several others. He often refused to pay bills he thought were either inflated or improper, and quickly gained die-hard supporters. He also gained a stable of enemies. When CityVest threw in the towel on the Hotel Sterling project, it was Griffith who contacted HUD to request an audit to find out how federal money was spent on it, and he did an audit of his own. But the Sterling also led to his downfall. Griffith had a conversation with CityVest head Judge Chauvel. Chauvel says Griffith illegally recorded it. Griffith faces felony wiretapping charges. He didn't say whether the resignation was part of a plea bargain, but he told the Times leader, quote, "They hit me in my wallet. I can't afford to fight them." He will stop serving as controller 11 a.m. Wednesday. He's designated Office Senior Auditor Patricia Llewellyn as acting controller. Republicans will choose a new candidate for the fall election. Michelle Bednar is the Democrat candidate in November. Griffith says he will rebuild his Nanticoke car business, which he closed when he became controller. Walter Griffith out as controller as of Wednesday morning. L.A. Tyrone, WYLN's Late Edition.
Thank you, L.A. Well, several streets in Hazleton were blocked off earlier today as local and state police searched for a homicide suspect. Late Edition's Ann Gownley has the details.
Multiple law enforcement officials converged on the area of 12th and Alter Street around 3 o'clock this afternoon, guns drawn. 11th to 15th Street was also blocked off by police. City police received a call from the U.S. Marshal's office informing them that they believe a man fitting the description of a homicide suspect from the Philadelphia area was holed up in the apartment building above Party Cakes.
We sent every car that we had to surround the building and wait until the U.S. Marshals could get a special emergency response team.
U.S. Marshals were not able to give the name of the suspect they were looking for. However, after initial assessment, Marshals were informed that the suspect was not in that apartment.
While the city police stood by, they deployed to an unknown location, to me, not in the city. I'm not sure where they went, and we were just notified that they have apprehended the individual not in the city of Hazleton.
While marshals investigated, Hazleton City Police were patrolling the perimeter, keeping the public out of harm's way.
Keeping people off of the line of view from what would be a hot zone should somebody with a weapon be in that apartment building on the second floor. I'm happy to say that it's ended successfully for law enforcement and the community, that the individual has been apprehended, and my hat is off to the U.S. Marshals, the state police, every member of HPD, and the Luzerne County Sheriff's Department, who also assisted.
Although police were redirecting people away from the area, DeAndrea says that many were still putting themselves in danger getting too close to the scene, even after police asked them to move.
When you see 15 law enforcement officers with long guns, AR-15s and shotguns, that is not the time to argue about, I want to walk down that side of the street. That's the time to thank God that law enforcement puts themselves in harm's way and pay heed to their warning and just go back, the opposite way, or, go to a safer location.
At this point, there is no more information from police except that someone is in custody that fits the description in another county. In Hazleton, for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Ann Gownley.
Now, since Ann filed her report, reportedly marshals arrested 26-year-old Andre Collier on the Coxville Road in Beaver Meadows. He is wanted for charges including first-degree murder for a shooting that happened in Pottstown back in May. Again, he was arrested earlier today. We'll have more details as they become available. Well, one man is dead after he was hit by a vehicle on Sunday. State police at Shikshini are investigating why 49-year-old Wayne Burnside was sitting on Route 239, 2 miles north of Shikshini around 2:20 a.m. He was hit from behind by a northbound vehicle driven by 42-year-old John Kalinas. According to police, Burnside was taken to Geisinger Wyoming Valley Medical Center in Plains Township, where he died from his injuries. The investigation into his death is continuing. And on Sunday night around 10:30, a 23-year-old man was struck by a vehicle on West Maple Street in Hazleton. Police say the accident followed a fight. The victim's name is Jorge Rodriguez Jr. He was struck by a silver Honda driven by 18-year-old Anthony Rodriguez. Jorge was taken to Hazleton General Hospital for treatment and evaluation. Several angry Banks Township residents visited a bank, the one which issued a note to buy the former Capriotti's catering building. Supervisors voted to buy it last week. It has little public support. Today, some of those opposed showed up at the bank to show displeasure.
We're protesting the issuance of the note to purchase Capriotti's. We don't feel the township can afford this building for the amount of use it would take. There are other avenues to use other facilities in town for meetings.
What was the purpose you're up here for?
Peacefully protest against the loans that the bank is or is not going to give them. I don't know.
What do you expect to come out of this peaceful protest, sir?
No loans for the supervisors. We don't need the building they want to purchase.
Please, residents, they're having a meeting at the Tresco Fire Hall tomorrow night. Please make sure you attend. This is an issue of your taxes, and also the more people that actually show support will show more unity throughout our town, and that's what we really need right now.
The meeting will be in Tresco Fire Social Hall, 6 p.m. for the residents that don't want the building.
Our supervisors invited tomorrow night.
That I don't even know. I don't know. I'm sure it's an open meeting. I don't think they'll ever show up.
Now again, that meeting is a citizens meeting tomorrow night at 6. It has not been called by the supervisors. We, of course, will be there and have details for you tomorrow night right here on Late Edition. 2 people killed, 2 others injured as a result of a one-vehicle accident in Packard Township near Weatherly over the weekend. Dead are 45-year-old Richard L. Zabrowski and 44-year-old Rebecca Pilla. They were passengers in a 2001 Toyota 4Runner, which crashed along Fireline Road around 4 a.m. Sunday. The driver, 47-year-old Richard Matzik, and another passenger, 45-year-old Julie Williams, sustained major injuries. All 4 are from Nesquehoning. State police say the 4Runner was headed east at what they called a high rate of speed when it went off the road and hit a tree. Troopers say Matzik lost control of the vehicle, overcorrected the steering. Troopers also say alcohol is believed to be a factor. That investigation is ongoing. Wilkes-Barre police are looking for whoever shot a 19-year-old man over the weekend. William Ugiano of Park Avenue is in critical condition at Geisinger, Wyoming Valley with multiple gunshot wounds. The shooting happened a few blocks from his house on Wayne. Police converged on Wayne Street near South Grant. Now, residents reported hearing 4 or 5 gunshots just before 11 o'clock Saturday night. Police believe the shooting is an isolated incident, not a random one. Anyone with information is asked to call City Police Detectives Division at 208-4222. The Memorial Library in Pittston is closed for 3 weeks because of fleas. Library Board President Barbara Quinn says officials first became aware of the problem on July the 27th. Officials called an exterminator and thought the problem was solved, but then more fleas were seen shortly afterward. Fleas have a 21-day incubation period, so to be safe, it's closed for the entire 21 days. The fleas have been found around the public computer terminals. Officials believe they came in on someone who was using one of those computers. Liquor sales are up, way up. The Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board says it closed the 2012-13 fiscal year with record sales and record profits. When the fiscal year ended June 30th, LCB says it had $128.4 million in excess revenue on total sales of $1.7 billion. That excess revenue margin had been as low as $50 million in 2009 and 10, but has been on the rebound ever since. LCB says most of that is wine sales, which grew 6%. Spirit sales were up 3.7%. Overall sales were up 1.4%. Slot machine gaming revenue is down when compared with last year. There's been an overall 3.7% drop in slot machine revenue. 9 of the 11 Pennsylvania casinos posted slots revenue declines in July. The state's 12th casino, Lady Luck Casino, Nemacolin in southwestern Pennsylvania, just opened on July 1st. Slots revenue was also down back in June when compared with 2012. The executive director of the F.M. Kirby Center for the Performing Arts in Wilkes-Barre is stepping down. Marilyn Santarelli says she'll retire at the end of the year. She had led the Kirby for 15 years. During her tenure, the Kirby's endowment doubled from $1 million to $2 million. She also oversaw more than $7 million in capital improvements. Staff at the Kirby Center has grown to 16 full-time employees, 20 part-time, and 100 volunteers. School districts may not ban bracelets reading "I Heart Boobies." That is the ruling from the Third Circuit Court of Appeals this morning. That case stems from the Easton Area School District's suspension of 2 students for wearing them back in 2010. But then 15-year-old Brianna Hawk and then 14-year-old Kayla Martinez challenged their suspensions in court and won. The school district argued that the bracelets were rude and an example of sexual innuendo. The students argued they were an effort to call attention to breast cancer, and wearing them was an exercise of free speech. In 2012, federal court ruled in favor of the girls. The district appealed that ruling to the Third Circuit and lost today. The district can't appeal but has not yet said whether it will. The revered Washington Post has a new owner. Amazon.com founder and chief executive Jeffrey Bezos is buying the paper. He'll pay $250 million in cash for the Post and affiliated publications to the Washington Post company. Amazon will have no role in the purchase. Bezos himself will buy the news organization and become its sole owner when the sale is completed, probably within 60 days. The deal is a stunning turn of events for the Post. Few people were aware a sale was in the works. The Washington Post company's newspaper division, of which the Post newspaper is the most prominent part, has suffered a 44% decline in operating revenue over the past 6 years. Print circulation has dwindled, falling another 7% daily and Sundays during the first half of this year. And that is a look at tonight's top stories. Well, time now to get our first look at your work week forecast. Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is outdoors right now on this nice evening in our Bedrock Gardens Weather Center. Joe?
Oh, thanks very much, Lisa. Definitely a nice night to be outdoors if you're able to. Wind's really not much of a factor. They're very light out in the backyard and very comfortable conditions. No rain to talk about, but we do have some rain that will be heading in our direction. We'll talk when the rain will get here, but there's nothing to show up on radar as I speak. 7-day forecast coming up after the break.
All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Tamaqua, PA is a 3-generation family-owned and operated dealership entering their 33rd year of business and continues to uphold the family philosophy that every customer should be treated as part of the family. Stop in and let them show you how they honor these values. You'll meet a family member in every department, from finding your new car in sales to low interest rates and financing and extending your vehicle's life and service.
Give us the opportunity to show you. We're big enough to serve you, but small enough to know you.
Visit us for the lowest prices on furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. This month, save 50% on Sealy mattresses or save up to $100 on select Lazy Boy furniture. And ask about our interest-free financing plans. Shop GrandCentral.com or visit us on Vine Street in Hazleton or Route 93 in Hazel Township.
Everybody shops Grand Central, making your house a home.
Heritage Sure Save, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. Come see for yourself. They have the freshest selection of meats, cheese, and produce. Baked goods made fresh on premises. They have an in-store butcher who is happy to accommodate your special orders. Be sure to stop in and check out their unadvertised specials. You'll find them throughout the store. See their flyer for weekly specials. Heritage Sure Save, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. This week at Heritage, don't miss their 3-day meat sale starting Wednesday and ending Friday. Stock up and save.
Off the Beaten Path is a half-hour program that showcases interesting and unique people, places, and things in Pennsylvania. Hosted by Jeff Bonomo, Brian Bromley, and Ken Cara, Off the Beaten Path is fast-paced, light-hearted, and sometimes even downright funny. Each show, we travel to many destinations in Pennsylvania, including restaurants, events, unique landmarks, and we talk with interesting people. So come with us off the Beaten Path.
Well, you know what? We got nothing to show you on the radar at this time. It is quiet. It is dry, and that's going to be the trend through the overnight hours. But then as we head into tomorrow, next couple of days, looks like we're going to be looking at a couple of showers and thunderstorms in our forecast right through Friday. And then I think as we head into the weekend, things shaping up to be pretty nice. 62 degrees, our live Lehigh Tire conditions. Outside our television station in Hazleton, pressure coming in at 30 inches even. Our Robert Stevens Face and Body Almanac page for today, 75 and 51. 81 and 61 are the averages, 94 and 45. Record high and low still stand, 605, 815, sunrise and sunset for tomorrow. This morning, woke up chilly. Temperatures in the 50s, some upper 40s out there. I think as we head into tomorrow, it's going to be another cool and comfortable morning for all of our viewing area. Did get up into the 70s today, but keep in mind these temperatures still are below where we should be for this time of year. Temperature-wise across our region, 61 now in Berwick, 65 in Jim Thorpe. 58 degrees in New Angola, 62 in Bloomsburg, 63 in Monoy City, and 62 degrees in Danville. Satellites and radar. You see the clouds still present across our region, some breaks in those clouds, but again, no precipitation falling. The little green specks you see is just ground clutter, and we're going to continue to remain dry through tonight. Now, as we go through tomorrow, first part of it looking pretty good, but then by the afternoon hours, a couple of showers scattered in nature could develop, and then as we go into our Wednesday, again, a few more showers scattered, maybe a thunderstorm, and even going Thursday and Friday. Keep in mind, they're not going to be washouts, but you're going to have to keep the umbrella handy if you want to do anything outdoors. You may need it a few times as we progress through the rest of this week. And we're going to continue to be cool at night, and temperatures continue to be below average throughout the daytime hours, right through the 7-day forecast. In fact, not really seeing any type of warm-ups anytime soon. No widespread 80s, mid-80s, 90s, not going to happen anytime soon. Temperatures actually are going to continue to be below where we should be for this time of year. And again, a chance of some of those scattered showers and thunderstorms right through at the ending part of this week. And then as we go into the weekend, things looking very nice. So comfortable night once again tonight. Pretty much don't have to worry about the air conditioners. Open up the window. Give yourself a little bit of some fresh air. In fact, maybe you want to close the window. Maybe you may think it's a little bit chilly out there, but it will be comfortable. Tomorrow, again, only in the 70s. It's near 80 degrees. Again, these temperatures continue to remain below average. This time of year, in August, very often we see a lot of heat. It's just not happening in a 7-day forecast anytime soon. Notice these temperatures, numbers staying generally in the 70s. Chance of some of those showers and thunderstorms here and there right through Friday. And it looks like it'll start to clear out as we head into this upcoming weekend. Our evening Pennsylvania lottery numbers, a daily 372, the big 4, 3584. Quinto numbers 3, 4, 9, 9, 3, and the cash 5, 8, 15, 30, 33, and 40. Back to you, Lisa.
Thank you, Joe. Well, coming up, one community in our area is celebrating National Night Out. One of the organizers joins me live with all the details next on Late Edition.
Hey everyone, want some close-to-home fun? Join the Keystone Active Zone Passport Program to create your own backyard adventure exploring parks, trails, and events. It's fun, easy, and it's free. This year's Passport has more than 30 stops. Enjoy Riverfest in Wilkes-Barre and Pittston. Explore the Delaware and Lehigh National Heritage Corridor and more. Register at kazpassport.org. Visit as many stops as you want. Each stop has a question. Find the answers and log them in on the website. Start exploring today.
Managing risk is more than just buying an insurance policy. At Dreyfus, our approach is different. We have 25 risk management professionals who have the tools and experience to help our clients avoid and survive unexpected events. We can help you with risk transfer, OSHA requirements, safe workplace, cybersecurity, and claims management. All of these go well beyond an insurance policy. We're also independent, so we can access dozens of insurance carriers like Grange Insurance, who can insure your auto, home, business, and life. Dreyfus Insurance since 1901 and Grange Insurance since 1935. We're committed to helping you manage risk.
A winning smile. It's not the secret to success, but it sure helps. Protect your smile by visiting Dr. Weiss for complete dental services. Dr. Weiss offers a full-service denture laboratory on premises, offering dentures in one day. 3 dentists, 4 hygienists, and a team of caring technicians and assistants specializing in quality dentures and repairs, complete general dentistry, extractions, cleaning, and caps. Dr. Weiss, where you can have new dentures in one day.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer, dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill, and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 824-FISH.
I'm Tiffany Cloud. Storm politics is becoming the storm, but don't worry, I'll still talk a lot about politics. On The Storm, I'll discuss so much more. This week, we'll talk about how dance is a healthy youth activity that promotes self-esteem and even brings diverse cultures together. This week on The Storm, only on WYLN TV 35.
Welcome back. Well, tomorrow night, communities across the country will be celebrating what is known as National Night Out, and one of those communities is the borough of West Hazelton. Tonight, I'm pleased to welcome the coordinator of the West Hazelton Neighborhood Crime Watch, Dave Minnick. Dave, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Pleasure. Now, this West Hazelton Neighborhood Crime Watch is one of the longest running and I think most successful, I must say, too, crime watches in our viewing area. And you told me 16 years strong. And I guess the National Night Out program going just as long as the Crime Watch.
It's very close. We keep our organization tight. Very proud to run an organization with as much help and strength in numbers as we have in West Hazelton.
Now, many people call on you for your expertise because you are doing such a fine job to help them in creating some, newer Crime Watch organizations that are starting up. For anyone who is not familiar with National Night Out, what is the purpose behind that?
Purpose of National Night Out is to bring awareness to the general public of crime and neighborhood concerns in our area. It used to be a lights-on program where you put your front porch light on and just walk around your neighborhood. National Night Out started and it formed into an evening out. So we invite people to our National Night Out program where they come out, have some free entertainment, take advantage of almost a carnival atmosphere, get to meet new neighbors, get to talk about concerns in their area, and do it that way.
Now, this is a very successful event that I believe we do have some video from last year's event. A lot of people come out for this because there we see it taking place in the community. And talk a little bit, I guess, about some of the activities that will be going on. And this is all free.
Yes. We use this partially as a fundraiser so we could bring events like this to the public. But mostly it's to bring people out. We have door signs and window clings, as you see there, available for people. We have games for the children. Child fingerprinting will be available. Rainbow the Clown will be there for the children. Entertainment by a local DJ will be there. We have tricky trays, bake sale items. So it's a family event for everyone to come out and enjoy, get to meet each other, get to talk about concerns in your neighborhood.
So that's like an important part of it. A lot of people, everybody's busy, they don't have time maybe to meet their neighbors, they might not know who moved in next door. So this gives everybody an opportunity to come out, to make connections, and then, you kind of form an alliance there.
Our belief in West Hazelton is that the neighborhoods are the fabric of life in which we live. And we like to strengthen that by tightly knitting our neighborhoods together and bring a sense of civic pride back to our community, and that's what we strive for.
Now, tomorrow night, the activities will take place when and where?
They'll be from 5 to 8 at 100 South 4th Street, which is the West Hazelton Municipal Building.
We have a mistake there. It's 5 till 8, not 5 till 9, just so everybody knows, okay? And so you want everybody to come on out and support this wonderful event and get to meet everybody.
Yes, we have a wide range of events, and there's food and snacks and drinks and everything available for people to have a good time, enjoy each other's company, and go home maybe with a new friendship or knowing something that you didn't have before. There's also materials available from the Domestic Violence Center, American Red Cross, different organizations. If you need assistance with, they're there to help.
All right, and we saw the police officers there as well, so you get to come out and meet members of your local police department as well. Dave, a final plug, we're running out of time here tonight, but the Crime Watch organization meets regularly. So when is your next meeting in case anybody wants to come out?
We meet on the third Monday of every month throughout the year. We don't take a vacation month. It's the third. Crime does not take a vacation. We don't either.
Okay, and what time is that?
We have it at 6 o'clock. Third Monday of every month at the community center in West Hazelton.
All right, very good. Well, thank you so much for coming out tonight. We appreciate it, and I hope you have a tremendous turnout tomorrow night. A lot of people. This isn't just for West Hazelton, it's for anybody to come out.
We're inviting people from the community. Crime has no boundaries. We should not either.
All right, very well said. Thank you so much. Dave Minnick, the coordinator of the West Hazelton Neighborhood Crime Watch, tomorrow from 5 to 8 outside the community building in West Hazelton, National Night Out. Thanks a lot, Dave. When we come back, Beth is in talking about Pocono. We'll be right back.
When it comes to the wire, guys, you are going to have an amazing experience. And if it means giving you back your money, plus, I'm going to do it. We guarantee everything. 112% money-back guarantee. Labor and material guaranteed for a year. So you don't really need to worry about it. You're going to walk up to the wall, throw the switch, put your power cords in the outlets, and everything is the way it's supposed to be. Call me. Your time is valuable. If we're late, you get paid.
Hi, I'm Liz Tolan. I'd like to invite you to the first annual COPS event. It's taking place on September 21st right here at the Butler Township Community Center. This event, brought to you by WILN 35 in Hazelton, the Greater Hazelton Health Alliance, and other area sponsors, will consist of a 5K run, 5K walk, kids fun run, open-air concert, free cookout for the community, crafters, tricky trays, and so much more. Proceeds from this event will go to benefit 4 area police departments. When you call these men and the men and women they serve with, they're going to be there for you. Won't you take one day out of your busy schedule and be there for them?
Enjoy the great outdoors at the Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range's Trap, Skeet, and Sporting Clays course. No waiting and no lines. First time shooting? Whitetail Preserve employs certified instructors to help you get the most out of your experience. Hungry? The restaurant at Whitetail has a great menu to satisfy and offers catering for all occasions. Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, approximately 13 miles west of Hazelton and just 1 hour from Allentown, Reading, and the Delaware Water Gap. 118 Boulevard Road, just off the Rockland Road near Rockland. 384-2314.
The WILN Weather Center brings you precise weather information you need to plan your day. And now you can get the latest weather conditions online anytime at WILNTV.com. Utilizing the latest technology, meteorologist Joe Garbacik brings you the most accurate weather information available, including webcams to view current road conditions and detailed maps of our area. For a full, detailed, and accurate daily weather report, watch WILN Weather with Joe Garbacik weekdays at 5 and 10 and online anytime at WILNTV.com.
It was another weekend full of fast cars and loud engines in Long Pond for the GoBowling.com 400 at Pocono Raceway. June's race winner and Sprint Cup points leader Jimmy Johnson came into the race owning the pole, looking to sweep the races at Pocono this season. Another likely candidate to take home the win at the Tricky Triangle, Jeff Gordon, who turned 42 on what was his 42nd career start at Pocono. But Casey Kane was the one who came out on top after 400 miles, a number of restarts, and a late pass around Gordon with 2 laps left.
Actually, not a good restart initially up through the gears. I had good help from Kurt Busch pushing me down the front stretch. So we built speed, and when I got to turn 1, just really let it go getting in, and tried not to brake much, and was able to carry some momentum off it too, and get by Jeff getting into the tunnel turn. So it just worked out. Jeff had a great restart. We had the best car, but he had a great restart, and if he would have probably got in front of me, he probably would have been able to hang on to the race.
The 33-year-old has won once before at Pocono in June of 2008. And after the race, he said the win wasn't just from a great car and good racing, but also a little bit of luck.
Somewhat been saving, the whole time, because I felt like we were so far out that something's going to happen. There's no way it's just going to finish the last 40 laps under green. So I felt like we had good tires and brakes, and I had saved everything and was in a good spot. Just Jeff beat me. He just straight up, got behind me getting into turn 2 or off turn 3, and At that point, I was just trying to make speed back and try to stay with him and maybe get a shot at, 1 or 2 to go. And then the next caution came out, and that was the one that kind of helped us get the lead back.
Jimmy Johnson was knocked out from the lead spot and placed 13th after one of his tires blew out. And while he is a teammate of Kane with Hendricks Motorsports, Kane's strategy to win did not change.
It didn't really even change because I felt like we were still racing. I knew Jimmy would have been one of the guys we had to race today, but at that point I hadn't raced him. We were on a different strategy, so I just kept racing the same way I was, and I didn't see him anymore because he was out, but yeah, they didn't change at all. They just try to go as hard as you can, and we led a lot of laps and were able to, run fast lap times all day.
So after finishing 36th in June and qualifying 18th in the pole, it was obviously good to have the number 5 Chevy out in front.
Yeah, feels good. We had a great car in June and went 20 laps down on the first lap with a broken part. So that was bad for us, bad points day. But today we came back and showed what we had in June, and we were able to finish it off.
Now 8th in the Sprint Cup point standings, Johnson is still in the lead with 772 points. The drivers head north to Watkins Glen International this coming Sunday. You know who else is coming back? Lisa Sugar. She'll have your top story recaps right after the break.
All Care Home Care, the health care that you need in the comfort and privacy of your own home.
At All Care Home Care, our caring and compassionate staff of skilled nurses, occupational speech, physical therapists, dietitian, social worker, and home health aides will give you the professional care you need. Call 459-3002.
With All Care Home Care, you will feel so much better and be able to do so much more.
Remember, it's still your choice. For your care, call us and we'll be there.
Go hog wild for Iron Pigs Baseball. WILN is televising the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs Live, America's favorite pastime on your local network, WILN TV 35. See the Major League Stars of tomorrow at Coca-Cola Park. Don't miss any of the games here on WILN TV 35. Visit WILNTV.com for a complete Iron Pig schedule. Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs on WILN, your home for live sports.
Recapping tonight's top stories, 3 people are dead after a shooting at a township supervisors meeting in the Poconos. It happened tonight in the Ross Township Municipal Building near Saylorsburg. Reports say the gunman had a pistol with a scope and shot through a wall into the meeting. 1 person was shot in the leg, 2 were hit in the stomach, 1 was shot in the head. 6 people were wounded. Reporter Chris Weber of the Pocono Record covered the meeting for the newspaper. Moments ago, he posted his account online. He wrote, "All I saw was the holes go through the wall. I saw smoke and plaster flying out, blowing out through the walls. I ran out after the first round of shooting. I dropped to the floor. That's what everyone did. It was automatic, like a string of firecrackers. Then it stopped and I crawled out the side door. Some of the supervisors were over on the side throwing up. A woman ran to the door and opened it, and he was standing there. A man pushed her aside and was shot. People were shot inside the room. The shooter went back out to his car. He brought another weapon back to the building. West End Open Space Commission Executive Director Bernie Cozen was there tending to the man, and he, the shooter, didn't see them. Bernie bear-hugged him and took him down. He shot the shooter with his own gun," end quote. Now, State Police at Lehighton said the scene was secured by around 8 o'clock tonight. 2 medical helicopters flew people from the scene. Luzerne County Controller Walter Griffith is resigning. He made that announcement earlier this evening. L.A. Tyrone has more.
Griffith says he's resigning his office and withdrawing as a candidate to retain it. He had won the Republican nomination in May. Griffith is a government critic who got elected in office. Now, he had been attending county commissioners' meetings for years. He was very critical of many things he saw. He ran for office, and though an underdog, he won handily. Once in office, he had his run-ins with Commissioner Marianne Petrella and several others. He often refused to pay bills he thought were either inflated or improper, and quickly gained die-hard supporters. He also gained a stable of enemies. When CityVest threw in the towel on the Hotel Sterling project, it was Griffith who contacted HUD to request an audit to find out how federal money was spent on it, and he did an audit of his own. But the Sterling also led to his downfall. Griffith had a conversation with CityVest head Judge Chauvel. Chauvel says Griffith illegally recorded it. Griffith faces felony wiretapping charges. He didn't say whether the resignation was part of a plea bargain, but he told the Times leader, quote, "They hit me in my wallet. I can't afford to fight them." He will stop serving as controller 11 a.m. Wednesday. He's designated Office Senior Auditor Patricia Llewellyn as acting controller. Republicans will choose a new candidate for the fall election. Michelle Bednar is the Democrat candidate in November. Griffith says he will rebuild his Nanico car business, which he closed when he became controller. Walter Griffith out as controller as of Wednesday morning. L.A. Tyrone, WILN's late edition.
Thank you, L.A. Several streets in Hazleton were blocked off earlier today as local and state police searched for a homicide suspect. Ann Gownley has that story.
Multiple law enforcement officials converged on the area of 12th and Alter Street around 3 o'clock this afternoon, guns drawn. 11th to 15th Street was also blocked off by police. City police received a call from the U.S. Marshal's office informing them that they believe a man fitting the description of a homicide suspect from the Philadelphia area was holed up in the apartment building above Party Cakes.
We sent every car that we had to surround the building and wait until the U.S. Marshals could get a special emergency response team.
U.S. Marshals were not able to give the name of the suspect they were looking for. However, after initial assessment, Marshals were informed that the suspect was not in that apartment.
While the city police stood by, they deployed to an unknown location, to me, not in the city. I'm not sure where they went, and we were just notified that they have apprehended the individual not in the city of Hazleton.
While marshals investigated, Hazleton City Police were patrolling the perimeter, keeping the public out of harm's way.
Keeping people off of the line of view from what would be a hot zone should somebody with a weapon be in that apartment building on the second floor. I'm happy to say that it's ended successfully for law enforcement and the community, that the individual has been apprehended, and my hat is off to the U.S. Marshals, the state police, every member of HPD, and the Luzerne County Sheriff's Department, who also assisted.
Although police were redirecting people away from the area, DeAndrea says that many were still putting themselves in danger getting too close to the scene, even after police asked them to move.
When you see 15 law enforcement officers with long guns, AR-15s and shotguns, that is not the time to argue about, I want to walk down that side of the street. That's the time to thank God that law enforcement puts themselves in harm's way and pay heed to their warning and just go back, the opposite way, or, go to a safer location.
At this point, there is no more information from police except that someone is in custody that fits the description in another county. In Hazleton, for WILN's Late Edition, I'm Ann Gownley.
Now, since Ann's report, marshals reportedly arrested 26-year-old Andre Collier on Coxville Road in Beaver Meadows today. He is wanted on several charges, including a murder charge in connection with a shooting outside Pottstown back in May. And that's a look at tonight's top story recaps. When we come back, we'll take you to a special memorial last night in Pottsville, plus Beth is back in with the second half of sports.
And it continues to remain dry outside our television station in the backyard, but the question is, how much longer is this dry weather going to last? We have some rain to talk about in our forecast. It is still tropical there, and now's the time of year when things start to crank up in the tropics. However, it's been fairly quiet yet. Will we see any type of activity anytime soon? We'll let you know with the 7-day forecast and what we can expect coming up next.
The The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated at 542 North Wyoming Street in Hazelton, serving the greater Hazelton area since 1890 and still family-owned and operated, offers convenient parking, handicapped accessibility, seating for over 150 people, casket, cremation product showrooms to accommodate traditional, cremation, and pre-planned funerals. The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated, 570-454-3341.
Welcome to Robert Stevens Face and Body, Hazelton's complete skincare center. Here, our licensed specialists will consult with you to discuss your skincare needs, rejuvenate you with our special facial treatments, and apply gentle, relaxing massages to melt your tension away, using all state-of-the-art technical treatments and superior skin products. So call today and let the transformation begin at Robert Stevens Face and Body, 788-7546.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Hey, neighbor. Lousy weather, huh?
This is not a good time.
For it to be raining and my satellite dish to lose its signal? Man, I heard that. Mind if I watch your cable?
Look, my kid's having a sleepover.
Right. I'll just watch it on your bedroom set.
Service Electric Digital Cable with On Demand. The best TV in the neighborhood.
Welcome back. A community paid tribute to the 4 small children lost in a tragic fire earlier this year in Pottsville. Hundreds of people filled Bunker Hill Playground in Pottsville on Sunday evening. They came to take part in a special dedication ceremony. The dedication was created as a memorial to remember 4 children who died in a tragic Mother's Day fire in Pottsville. That fire claimed the lives of 8-year-old Joy, 7-year-old Jeremiah, 3-year-old Emily, and 2-year-old Elijah Brown, along with their father Eric and their aunt Christina Thomas.
Hearing about the tragedy, I felt, bad for the community and the families that lost their loved ones.
Michelle Yarnell has been organizing the event for months. She chose the playground since it was close to where the Browns had lived.
Volunteers from all over came out and helped build the memorial garden, and we placed that a few weeks ago, and we've been doing painting, and we placed benches and tables with the kids' favorite colors.
Also memorialized in the new garden, Nicholas and Edward Santai, who were also lost in another tragic fire in Pottsville back in 1993.
I'm just overwhelmed, and I appreciate everything that everybody's done for this playground and the remembrance of the children involved.
This is just wonderful. It really is. And in this memory, our children will always be alive through the other children of our county.
The special evening featured a carnival with free food, games, and face painting, and then the ribbon was officially cut on this special garden where the community can now come out and reflect and remember. Balloons were then released as part of the ceremony, balloons that carried special messages up to heaven. Definitely a beautiful memorial last night in Pottsville. If you have the opportunity, stop by and see it. When we come back, Beth is in with the second half of sports, and Joe tells us if it's ever going to warm up again when he comes back with more on the forecast.
Bottleneck Saloon and Eatery, now open on the Square in Wilkes-Barre. Stop by to see us for lunch to break up and brighten up your day. Or get it to go. Our lunch menu ranges from light to all right, with signature salads, saloon-style sandwiches, crunchy rings, Nipa's best wings, and draft drinks to power you through the afternoon. After work, we're there to help you unwind with friends. Put little bottlenecks in your day. Bottleneck Saloon and Eatery, now on the Square. See you there.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Weatherwood is a privately owned 200-bed nursing and rehabilitation center. Nestled within the quiet town of Weatherly, PA, we offer our residents and their families tranquil and scenic views from just about anywhere in the building. We are located within minutes of Hazleton General Hospital, as well as major metropolitan medical and trauma centers in the Lehigh Valley. Whispering Meadows is a 50-bed secured dementia unit within our facility. Whether you need short-term, long-term, or respite stay, call or stop by today for a tour.
Enjoy the great outdoors at the Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range's Trap, Skeet, and Sporting Clays course. No waiting and no lines. First time shooting? Whitetail Preserve employs certified instructors to help you get the most out of your experience. Hungry? The restaurant at Whitetail has a great menu to satisfy and offers catering for all occasions. Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, approximately 13 miles west of Hazleton and just 1 hour from Allentown, Reading, and the Delaware Water Gap. 118 Boulevard Road, just off the Rockland Road near Rockland. 384-2314. WYLN, your first choice for locally produced shows like Chef Lou, Jen-tastic Sweets, Off the Beaten Path, The Storm, and more. Find out how you can stretch your advertising dollars and be a part of the WYLN TV lineup. Call 570-459-1869, extension 1302. WYLN, we're your local network.
Major League Baseball announced the suspensions of 13 players today who received PEDs from the now-closed Biogenesis Clinic in Florida. Leading the way, Yankees third baseman Alex Rodriguez with a 211-game ban going all the way through the 2014 season. A-Rod is in the lineup tonight for the Yankees as they face off with the Chicago White Sox. He will be appealing the ban and is eligible to play until a verdict is found. The 12 others will be facing a 50-game ban. Those include Phillies relief pitcher Antonio Bastardo, Nelson Cruz with the Rangers, Johnny Peralta of the Tigers, Francisco Cervelli of the Yankees, and outfielder Fernando Martinez, who played with the Rail Riders. The Phoenix Coyotes have officially been sold by the NHL, and they will be staying in Glendale. The new owners, Ice Arizona Acquisition Company. The league has been looking to sell ownership of the franchise for the past 4 years, but the terms of the contract were not released. Reports say it was approximately a $170 million deal. And if the 20-year-old Johnny Manziel isn't making enough waves in college football, now the Texas A&M quarterback and Heisman recipient is accused of selling his autograph. While at the BCS championship game in January, he's now being investigated by the NCAA. Sources are reporting he signed photos and other memorabilia to an autograph broker in return for upwards of 5 figures. Neither Manziel nor the Aggies have commented. Add Green Bay Packers offensive lineman BRYAN BULAGA to the list of players with season-ending knee injuries since preseason began last week. The team confirmed the left tackle tore his ACL, but it's unclear when the injury happened. BULAGA was also sidelined last November with a hip injury. Another injury, linebacker Patrick Willis. The 28-year-old 49er underwent surgery to repair a fractured right hand and is slated to return in less than a month. Willis has spent 6 seasons in the NFL and has been a Pro Bowl choice each year. He's also already played with a cast on his hand once in a rookie year and again in 2010. Willis has more than 100 tackles in 5 of his 6 seasons in the league. And former lineman and Pro Football Hall of Famer Art Donovan has passed away. The defensive tackle helped the Baltimore Colts win 2 world championship titles in 1958 and 59 before playing with the New York Yanks and the Dallas Texans. Donovan died Sunday night. He was 89 years old. Now let's check out our scoreboard. No Eastern League scores to report tonight, so right to the International League. Rail Riders had the night off, but the Iron Pigs, they are trailing in the 9th. Indianapolis fell earlier to the bats. Russ Kanzler was in at first base. He went 0 for 2 with a run scored. In the majors, the Tigers win 4-2. Boston is down 1 in the 7th. Derek Jeter is back on the DL as Alex Rodriguez is back for the Yankees, but it doesn't look like it's helping. White Sox are romping them 8-0. Another big shutout going. The Royals up 13-0 over the Twins. It's scoreless between the Blue Jays and the Mariners. In the National League, Dodgers win 3-2 over the Cards. Braves 3-2 on top of the Nats. And no score yet for the Brewers and the Giants. That one is in the top of the 2nd inning. Joe G is coming back after the break with more weather. Stay tuned.
WILN TV 35 is looking to hire a highly motivated, energetic salesperson for the Hazleton and surrounding areas. We offer a competitive salary and benefits package. Call 956-5772.
During these changing times, is your insurance program up to date? I'm local Allstate agent Gary McNeilis. I invite you to come into our office or give us a call. We'll help you be sure that you have the proper coverage to take care of all your family's needs at a price you can afford. Now more than ever, you need to be in good hands to protect everything that's important to you. Our team of insurance professionals and I will be honored to serve you. Are you in good hands?
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer-dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
Hi, I'm Chef Blue. Make sure you tune in to WILN 35. Great recipes and great Italian cuisine only on WILN 35.
All right, we're at 59. Outside our station in Hazleton are live at Lehigh Tire Conditions. Pressure coming in at 30.01 inches of mercury. We have been dry since midnight. We're going to stay dry through the overnight hours, but then as we progress through tomorrow, especially in the next couple of days, chance of some rain coming back into our area. You can see those winds continue to be very, very light, and they're going to stay that way through tonight, but it's very comfortable. You don't feel that humidity because when dew points are only in the upper 40s, walking outside you feel no humidity at all. Open up the windows, give the air conditioners a break. It's pretty nice out there. All right, our live Lehigh Tire Conditions, which I just showed you, shows it's comfortable. It's cool. And we don't have any rain to talk about throughout the entire state of Pennsylvania. What you see up here is just ground clutter. There is nothing showing up throughout the entire Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Temperature-wise across the nation, if you really want to know where all the heat is, go down to the south in Jacksonville and Miami. Temperatures continue to be in the 80s, but it's very, very hot in Texas, Dallas, Houston, Amarillo, San Antonio. Temperatures still in the 90s and mid to upper 80s. It's almost 100 degrees in Las Vegas and Phoenix, Arizona, and it doesn't look like we're going to see any type of significant warm-up anytime soon. In fact, the next 7 days or so, temperatures are going to be averaging near normal to slightly below where we should be for this time of year. Temperature-wise right now across our area, 57 in Mount Pocono, 67 in Allentown, 62 Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport, still in the 70s in Philadelphia, 75 to be exact, 63 degrees in State College. Up in the Wyoming Valley area, temperatures in the upper 50s, lower 60s, and those numbers will continue to drop through tonight. Many locations last night dropping down into the lower 50s, some upper 40s out there as well. Tonight's going to be no exception. Another cool, comfortable night in store for all of us. And we do have a few clouds across our area, but again, those clouds, as I showed you at the 5 o'clock hour, were some of those thin clouds, and some of them rolling through our area and really not producing anything, no precipitation falling from those clouds. That will be the case through tonight. As we progress through tomorrow, maybe a shower or two around, or 3, as we go by the afternoon and evening hours, and then some more widespread showers and thunderstorms, the possibility of them as we go into our Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But again, still not expecting complete washouts. It's not going to be an all-day rain. We'll have a shower or thunderstorm. We'll get some breaks. We'll have another 1 or 2 throughout any one of those days. Keep the umbrella handy if you have to do anything outdoors. But temperature-wise, generally staying in the 70s. In fact, lower 70s in the higher elevations no significant warm-up. We're not going to be looking at mid to upper 80s or 90s anytime soon, and we know we are in August, obviously, and many times we can deal with the heat. A lot can happen in August, just isn't happening right now. Looking at temperatures only in the 70s the next several days. Warmest of the days probably will be Saturday of the 77 degrees for our Saturday, and then lower 70s as we go into the rest of the time.
I don't know. Not liking this cool already because I'm afraid it means we're going to see 40s and snow a lot sooner. That seems like that always comes and stays for quite a long time.
We skip seasons, so we'll skip fall and go right into winter.
Oh, I like fall.
It feels pretty fallish outside
It does.
right now. So.
It definitely does, yeah. I don't know. Jerome's checking the Farmer's Almanac. Joey's anti-Farmer's Almanac. We know that. We don't dare mention those words. L.A. did it.
It's okay, but, you know, it
Have a good night, everybody.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You'll get over it.
Stay warm.